And I still love that the battle theme starts before the fight even starts. Hello, Mr. Amaranth Scarlet Hair. So, I'm sure a lot of people have probably gotten to this fight and thought, man, it's a pretty boring fight because it's basically just you just sit around and wait for him. But I'm going to tell you, this fight is a lot more interesting than it looks at first glance. Because there's some really interesting things. So, like, first things, he has, Amateur has two phases, right? He goes, he jumps around the back. And then he has this part where he basically attacks you 3 times. And then after he attacks you 3 times, he starts jumping around the back again. And what's really interesting is that... I'm going to tell you right now, that probably something that might blow your mind is that while Amaranth is jumping around in the background, that's not just like... It's not just like one set phase, if you get what I'm saying. Like, his stats in this part of the fight depend completely on where he is standing. And in fact, right now, he's standing in front of this pillar right here. If we attack him right now... Boom! Ugh! He actually takes more damage than usual, and he won't counterattack. Because he's basically weak in that spot. Which is a really weird quirk. I wouldn't even call it a quirk, just a really weird, like, thing. So I believe that when he's staying on, like, the far edges, his evasion is set to 255, so he won't... you basically can't really hit him. It's like, he won't hit you there, and he'll be like, you're slow! And if he stands on the very right, it'll be like, can't you predict when I'll attack? But when he's standing, like, the far back... Oh, well, there, perfect. He's over here, so we can't hit him. Can't you predict when I'll attack? When he's in the far edges, his evasion is 255, and so it's basically impossible to hit him with regular physical attacks. Also, it's worth knowing that he can, when he's in like the back of the arena, he'll counterattack you, but he won't counterattack you unless you're using the attack command. So you can just be spamming lucky 7s or like your dying attacks if you need to be. So like, there's a lot of ways to get around this fight. You never really have to interact with this mechanic of like attacking at certain points. It's worth knowing that when he's in the back like this, even though he'll counterattack you right now, his evasion isn't max, so we can just hit him. But he'll counterattack, and his counterattack is actually stronger than his normal attack by like, I think it's roughly like double power. Hey, look, he's staying in the weak spot. I think when you attack him in the weak spot too, yeah, it immediately makes him run up here and start attacking us. It like cuts him out early out of his jumping around phase. Bum bum bum. Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's like when he's it's like in a nutshell, if he's on the far edge of the arena, you can't hit him with regular physical attacks. When he's in the back, you can hit him, but he'll counterattack fairly hard. And then when he's standing right in front of the pillar that Zidane's head is basically touching right now, he'll take a lot of damage and he won't counterattack you because his defense is 0 right there, and it even like cuts him out of his phase early. It's like when he's jumping around like this isn't just like for funsies, like he's actually picking a spot to stand. And it's really cool. You can see like when he's staying there, right, we take 100 damage. But when he attacks us later on, he's only doing like 40, 50 damage. I mean, yeah, that's my big tip for the fight. If you're not trying to do this, if you're not trying to speedrun or something and you're actually having trouble, just do the classic strategy of stick Zidane in the back row, give him as much defense as you can because there's no need for magic stuff at all. Like, just stuff on magic, or stuff on the defense and evasion, because it's not like Amaranth's using magic right now. Damn, that hit hard. And of course, if you but one of the advantages of seeing the back row is that your trance gauge is unaffected by how much damage you're actually taking, right? It only matters that you're taking hits. So if you're in the back row, you can trance easier and you can just blast him when he's in the back like this. He won't counter when he's standing in the back because he only counters regular... He specifically counters the attack command. We're not going to get to show off But, yeah. I don't know if we can wait long enough for him to do his thing again. I want to see, I forget if Dying is physical or magical. I'm pretty sure it's physical. I think it's during this part of the phase, his attacks also get a little stronger per hit. Like, his first hit is weaker than his third hit. But that actually might not be true. And he's just gonna dodge here, right? Oh, we hit him! See, his evasion is 255, but it does not mean that it is always a miss. I think there's like a chance you just always hit. What am I saying? Fuck. I went over the battle mechanics and now I'm just like saying nonsense. Even though his evasion is 255, it is not, I think there's always a small chance you can hit. Or maybe it's just some weird thing. You know, it's funny, I've gone over the battle mechanics of this game and still I'm just standing here like, every once in a while, I don't know, it's been a while, you know. I went over those battle mechanics like, freaking like, almost like, how long ago would it have been? About 3 months, maybe? 3-4 months now? Jeez. Ugh! And then it cuts him out immediately. He goes, here I go! Zips up, boop de bop. Let's heal before he kills us. I guess it doesn't really matter. This is just for funsies, but I mean... Of course, like I said, you know, Lucky Sevens is the way to go if you don't want to wait for dying, but you also don't want to, like, be just attacking him and doing no damage. But yeah, the whole, like, jumping around thing is really cool to me, because, I don't know. I feel like most people don't even know, because the game almost, like, the fact that, like, you know, 4 of the 5 spots have him either dodge or counterattack you kind of makes it, like, especially because he's like, can't you predict when I'll attack? It's like, it very much seems like the game is kind of encouraging you to, you know, not interact with the gimmick. Which it kind of does. Like, it does, I think, honestly, the fact that he takes that big damage when he's standing in the pillar almost seems like an Easter egg more than anything else. Because it's like, I don't think a lot of people even know about that. I never see it brought up anywhere. And it's definitely not like, because it's not even huge, right? It's like, his defense gets brought down to 0 when he's standing there, but his defense is only 10, right? It's the standard 10 that a lot of enemies have. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh no, if you don't know about the gimmick, it's hard. Like, no. Because when he says, can't you predict when I'll attack it, it feels like they want you to just wait till he's standing here and then you start smacking him. Nice dodges. I think I'm just gonna cut this now, because I mean, the rest of the fight's just the same. So yeah, Amarant's cool. Do you think it's okay if I leave the village? No. You want me to stop you? Fine. Stay here till you're 16. Keep the promise you made to your grandpa. It doesn't matter what I say. Yeah, for me I think it's just that one line. Hello, Mr. Dons. Mr. Dons are, I don't know if this is like the theme of the area, but once again, they share some of their AI behavior basically with, the Draco zombies, basically, in a nutshell. Let's see if this guy does, yeah, there you go. He's gonna immediately missed. And now he's probably not gonna miss for a while, and that's because of the... Basically, mist isn't part of their regular attack, like, selectable attacks. Instead, mist is, like, it's like a time thing, basically. At the start of the fight, they'll generate a random number from, I think it's 0 to 2. And then... Or actually, it might be just 1 to 2? I forget how it works. I'm stupid when it comes to... Well, also because the way it does, the game does it isn't really like... It's not a standard thing. Or it kind of is. It's... I guess the best way to put it is you can't Google it very easily to put it as bluntly as possible. But basically, it'll generate a random number. I believe it's up to 2. Or actually, actually, maybe it is just like a random number from... Huh. No. It has to be a random number from 0 to 2, I believe. Because afterwards, it adds 2 to that number. So, 0 to 2, and then it's actually a random number essentially from 2 to 4. And then when their turn comes up, their random number, which will... That's called the... Let's call it like a... I don't know. The missed number. It gets minus by 1, and then if it's equal to 1, they'll use mist. Mist is the attack we just saw. Puts you to sleep, and it's actually, I believe, it might actually be the very first way to take shadow damage. It does shadow elemental damage. And I don't think there's anything else up to this point that's done that. Shadow elemental damage is a little rare, but you will start seeing it a little more often after this. After they do this, I believe that now they'll basically do the same sort of thing. Like, unlike the Draco zombie, they aren't just like forever locked out of using mist again, but they just generate a random number from, I think it's up to 6 now. It's either 5 or 6, and then same thing, plus 2. So it's a lot less likely you'll see mist quickly again, but they can just use it in quick succession if you get unlucky. I think that's how that works. In fact, let's go full defense and see. Now that I think about it, I don't think mist counts as magic for them, so I think if you silence and blind them, you can just sit here unless they use mist. I will point something out. I forget if I ever even mentioned this, but I was talking about finding Draco zombies in the Aphid tree, and it turns out that I was kind of right about that, but also wrong. But I was also right about something. I think I mentioned that the encounter rate is a little different after you beat Soul Cage, and I was actually right about that, because you can't actually find Draco zombies while you're hanging out on the upper tree until you beat Soul Cage. Because after you beat Soul Cage, the encounters change, and one of the changes includes adding the zombie dragons to the list of encounters. The encounter rate itself doesn't change, but just what encounters there are and what chances you have of finding them change. Bop bop bop. Da 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 da. These guys just... I think they do that. It's a little weird the way it's described, but... oh, well, there you go. There's the mist. I will mention this, that we'll see Mistodons later, and they actually have, once again, just like it seems to be the theme, just like the dragon zombies, they actually have a different ATB depending on where you find these guys. I think I mentioned that before, but that'll be fun to find out. And in the meantime, we'll just double Cura them. Absolutely erase them. Oh, here comes another mist. Yeah, so if you're unlucky, they could potentially just be double misting you. Ah, frickin'. Ow. That's like, how do I even put this? So it's not that much different from like having it as part of their like random attack list, but it's like the obvious difference is that with the way it's set up, basically it's inevitable that they will eventually miss you. Whereas if it's part of their random attack list, they can just never miss you because it's just random. This way it's like controlled randomness in this sense. Otherwise they just do this. Bam. Watch this. Fast forward. Ah. Alright, well, that's, this is gonna be a short half hour now that I think about it. Is that it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's kind of long, but I'm yawning because I just woke up. That should be it though. So yeah, see you guys later.